If a stranger waves you down at midnight and everything inside you says don't stop, what if stopping saves their soul but nearly costs you your life? This is not a ghost story told around a fire. This is not something invented for clicks. This happened on a Lagos road, and the man who lived through it still drives a taxi. This is the story of the taxi driver who picked up a spirit and lived to tell the story. Lagos looks alive during the day. Cars shouting, people rushing, music fighting music. But after midnight, the city exhales. The noise fades, the streets empty, and silence reveals what daylight hides. Taxi drivers know this. Ask any night driver in Lagos and they'll tell you the same thing. The night is honest. It doesn't pretend. It doesn't protect you. This story was told to me by a man named Sadiq Bello, a husband, a father of two, and a night taxi driver for over 12 years. Sadiq is not dramatic. He doesn't exaggerate. He doesn't chase attention. Before this night, he believed in only 3 things: hard work, God, and getting home alive. Ghosts? Spirits? Those were stories for old men and drunken conversations. Until one night, a woman dressed in white raised her hand by the roadside. It was just after 12:30 a.m. Business was slow, fuel was low, and Sadiq had already told himself, one last run, then home. That's when he saw her. Standing alone near an abandoned colonial building on Cemetery Road, a place drivers avoided, a place even Okadas sped past. She had no phone, no handbag, no shoes, just a long white dress and patience. Any experienced driver would have driven past. Sadiq slowed down. He doesn't know why. His hands moved before his thoughts did. She didn't speak immediately. She opened the back door, sat down, and closed it. The temperature inside the car dropped. Not rain cold, not Harmattan cold, freezer cold. Sadiq felt it crawl up his arms. She gave an address in Surulere, far, too far for that hour. Sadiq hesitated. Before he could refuse, she said only 3 words: "I will pay." Her voice wasn't threatening. It wasn't pleading. It was tired. So he drove. A few minutes into the journey, Sadiq noticed the smell. Not perfume, not sweat. Earth. Freshly turned soil, like rain hitting a grave. He adjusted the air conditioning. The smell stayed. He checked the rearview mirror. Her reflection lagged. Not distorted, delayed, as if the mirror needed time to decide whether she existed. Then the radio turned on by itself. Static, crackling, until it settled on an old highlife song, one Sadiq knew, one his late father used to play on Sunday mornings. Before Sadiq could reach for the knob, the woman began to hum, perfectly in tune. Then she asked him, "Do you believe the dead should rest?" The question landed heavy. Sadiq didn't answer. He focused on the road, on breathing, on staying calm. His palms were wet. She spoke again. "I died in 1998. A sudden low bass hit. Sadiq laughed, not because it was funny, but because fear sometimes escapes as laughter. She didn't react. She stared straight ahead. She told him about the late nights at work, about the rain, about the bus that didn't stop. She told him about the accident. and about the burial that came too fast. No prayers, no family present, no goodbye. As she spoke, rain appeared on the windshield, heavy rain. But when Sadiq glanced outside, the road was dry. No clouds, no puddles. Only his car was wet. His heartbeat grew louder. She turned slightly towards him. "I just need someone to take me home." Sadiq wanted to stop, to run, to abandon the car and call on God with his whole chest, but something held him. Not bravery, pity. He thought of his own mother's grave, of forgotten tombstones, of people buried too quickly. So he kept driving. When they arrived, the house was abandoned. Windows boarded up, gate rusted shut. She stepped out of the car, turned back, smiled, and thanked him by name. A name he never told her. Then she vanished. No footsteps, no sound, just absence. Sadiq drove home shaking. His wife said he looked like a man who had seen death. When he emptied his pockets, something fell to the floor. A muddy note, old, crumpled, dated. Sadiq didn't drive for a week, but he returned, because fear doesn't pay school fees, and life doesn't pause for trauma. He avoids Cemetery Road now, but he still stops for stranded passengers, because sometimes the dead are not looking to harm us. They are looking for kindness, for closure, for someone willing to stop. That night, Sadiq stopped and lived to tell the story. Would you have stopped or driven away? Let me know in the comments. And if you believe some passengers pay more than money, subscribe, because the night still has many stories left to tell.